Sure, Dino already gave you a little bit of an introduction. The two runners we have today are SBDWolf and Kaleva. Both of these runners are very, very close in time. SBDWolf is actually the world record holder currently in this category by an incredible amount of time, honestly. I believe he got a 23:32, which is really just a crazy time. It's basically extremely optimized, and we don't see anyone really beating it for a long time, honestly.
Now go!
So we basically have Kaleva taking on a giant here today, but Kaleva is also an extremely talented runner, and this run is basically going to start off the same as the last. Both of these runners are going to be collecting 8 coins to buy the weapons they need to basically break the game and defeat the bosses as fast as possible. And after they get these coins, they'll be heading to the shop to buy those weapons, with Kaleva with a really nice acorn skip. Unfortunately, have to take this end a little bit slow and safe because he did get the plants. And the 36 for Kaleva, very nice time. And now both runners are going to be moving on to the root pack here, which is the first boss in the fight. And you'll see both runners taking advantage of the weapon swap glitch here. And Wolf going for some nice lobbers there on the onion. If the lobbers actually land right in front of the boss, they do actually deal extra damage because they deal splash damage as well. So Wolf getting a little bit of a faster onion there over Kaleva, resulting in a little bit faster of a knockout. It might not be a full second, but it was a few fractions. And those will add up over the course of the run. Yeah, and as you can see, Kaleva getting a 30 and Wolf with a 29. I don't think Wolf's game is lagging, I just think his internet is a little bit laggy, so luckily I don't think that should affect his performance, unless he is a little bit worried about his stream consistency. But it's definitely viewable, so both runners are now moving on to Ribby and Croaks. Wolf getting the faster pattern here. This pattern is a little bit tougher to pull off because you might have to damage boost, and it's a little bit quicker, so you have to deal your damage a little bit more consistently. Over the punch pattern. The punch pattern basically does guarantee you the skip, though. Both runners do get it, so Wolf will definitely have a couple of seconds faster fight, maybe like 3 to 4 seconds.
Hey, yeah, and also in addition to that, right now both of these runners might prefer to get the buffalo attack at the end, because it's easier to aim the lobber attack to do like quadruple damage. But both of them, they got frogs, they got tigers. It's still a good fight. But yeah, what used to be like the worst RNG is now actually kind of like the best RNG on that fight.
Both runners now are going to be moving into Goopy. Again, Goopy is basically one of the easier fights on aisle 1. Basically just jumps around, and luckily with the weapon swap glitch, he won't be moving around too much. And you're actually able to get enough damage off. We won't even see the tombstone, and we'll see if either of these runners are able to do that.
Very good fight right there by Kaleva, and they're gonna be moving on right now to the very first airplane fight. And probably like the very first point where maybe a runner can take a little bit of an advantage over the other. And that is because of a glitch where you have to do very specific damage, which can save a potential of 10 seconds. But it's a very, very hard glitch, even for like the most experienced runners. it's not 100% consistent just because of the way to do it, and because there's no real indication other than the cards to kind of know what the amount of damage that you do to this boss.
And as we see, Kaleva will definitely be attempting this glitch as well, because it can save a lot of time on this island. So we'll see. And Wolf will definitely be attempting it as well. And it does involve taking 2 damage boost here, so it is a little bit risky.
Yeah, it kind of leaves like no room for any mistakes because you have to take these 2 damage, like Dakas is saying. So everything else you have to be very aware if you don't get it. I mean, if you get it, it's kind of easy to dodge everything because Hilda's not going to be shooting anything at you. But if you don't get it, you're going to be facing the moon section with just 1 HP, and those little UFOs with like stars, they can get very tricky at times. We can see that Kaleva didn't actually get it, so and Wolf didn't get it either. So none of the runners are going to be taking this advantage over the other, at least on this first race. Remember, this is a 2 out of 3 for the grand finals.
Yeah, that is an extremely tough glitch to pull off. Unfortunately, it is like a 10 to 15 HP window, so both runners are going to have to face this final moon phase in Hilda, which the glitch actually allows the runners to skip this phase. Hopefully we do get to see it at least once in the final race coming up. Or we might actually have 2 more races, possibly.
Yeah, I expect for the level of these runners that we should see at least it happening once, maybe. But again, it's just very hard. Even if you know 100% what you're doing, you have to kind of react to different patterns and adjust the damage output that you're doing because probably you guys saw it, and if you didn't on the last race, one runner got a little bit under damage and the other one got like a little bit over damage. So it's a very specific amount of damage that you have to do to get it. And meanwhile, we're here at Cagney. Cagney not being that bad for Legacy. It's actually a very cool boss. It's kind of a race to see who kills the other one first. We are gonna see runners maybe taking a lot of damage boosts here, in case any attacks come at their face. And just try to keep shooting Cagney and try to outkill him. It's like a race. And we could saw that on Kaleva. He got 1 HP. He never stopped shooting, and he actually outdamaged Cagney before damage killed Cuphead right there.
Yeah, it's a fight Cuphead will generally win. And both runners have extremely close times there. I think Wolf took a couple of seconds on Hilda and Cagney over Kaleva, so we'll see exactly how far Wolf is ahead here. Yeah, I think it's just Wolf is ahead by roughly 2 seconds entering aisle 2.
Oh, and there's many things that can happen in aisle 2, beginning with the very first boss right here that they're gonna be fighting right now, which is the Candy Queen, Baroness Bon. And the reason for this is because you have to do different strats depending on the mini boss that you get. And actually, Jawbreaker is not one of those that you want to see because it takes forever for the death animation to happen and for whatever comes next to happen as well. And also, the gumball machine at the very beginning is not that great either.
But what you can see Wolf doing here is shooting lobbers upwards at the start of the boss, and that allows him to kill these other mini-bosses extremely quick, as you can see there. The Wolf should actually be ending here with an extremely good time, even though he did get the Jawbreaker. Kaleva getting it there as well, and yeah, it just takes so long to get off your screen.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta get to that gumball in the middle, right?
Ooh, 31, wow. Really good time from Wolf.
And 37 for Kaleva. Not that bad, but I mean, 6 seconds can be a lot of time to try to catch up, especially when you're facing against somebody like Wolf right now. And they're gonna be going right now to the second flying section, Wally Warbles, which I think is a very interesting fight. It's very technical, in my opinion. It's the first flying section where you are actually using the weapon swap glitch in the flying, but also you have to be very close to Wally like Wolf is doing right now. So sometimes it can be a little bit hard to dodge everything and try to just maintain your maximum damage output. And we have seen a lot of times where runners get to just 1 HP to the last section, which can be very scary. I'm hoping not to curse anybody today, but We will
Yeah,
see.
both runners with very, very nice first two phases. Kaleva probably going to have a very nice third phase as well here. And Wolf getting the good RNG at the end, not even having to worry about taking any extra damage there. You'll notice both runners did pause there on Wally. It's a little bit of a pause buffer that starts his final phase a little bit faster. Yeah, Wolf with a 37 there. That's an incredible time. That's only 3 seconds slower than the IL for that level.
Yeah, and actually those 3 seconds again, just little by little, not big mistakes on any sides, but little by little, Wolf is taking a little bit of an advantage over Kaleva right now, and it's just because of better execution so far at least in these two last bosses here for Island 2. And right after one flying section, we just go straight to the next one with Jimmy. Jimmy being a fight also that can be a little bit scary, especially if you're starting to speedrun this game, because if you want to do the most optimal strat, it's going to be scary to like try and dodge some ghosts that we're going to see in a moment, because they're mostly RNG and there's mostly no room to react to them. It's just like you gotta hope not to get too damaged and do your best also not to get damaged in these sections that the runners are right now in the columns. So here we go with this section that I was telling you about, the ghost just spawning randomly from right to left, and taking a little bit over there of invincibility time with the 5 EX attack, and very well executed right there by Wolf. Oh, a little bit of a mistake right there from Kaleva, throwing the other EX that he didn't want to throw. He actually wanted to throw the pea shooter EX attack, which is like a missile going forward. But shouldn't be that bad. Everything should be okay. And yeah, also very, very well executed by Kaleva. And here comes
Yeah,
another
Kaleva
tricky
is
boss.
actually going for the Luigi swaps there, which involves swapping your weapon and shooting your EX at the same time. Or shooting your EX and swapping your weapon and shooting your gun at the same time, so you actually never stop shooting bullets while your EX comes out. But unfortunately, if you mess it up, you will see him shoot the wrong EX.
And right now we can see Wolf actually got the glitch for Beppy. You have to pretty much kill like the first two phases before he transforms. And for that you have to be very careful with the pattern that Beppy gives you so that you don't out damage him before like that. Like Kaleva waited a little bit right there and then he starts shooting with everything he's got just to make sure he kills the second phase, and very well executed by the two runners. Both
Yeah,
of
you
them
want to
getting
stay
it first try.
you want to stay under 1.5 cards basically to make sure that Beppy does not get out of his cart on his first charge. You always want to make sure you get 2 charges here.
All right, so yeah, again, not any major mistakes by any of the runners, but yeah, Wolf is having an insane run right now, and I guess it's expected from the world record holder, right? He's just probably just keeping its name right now, showing why he's the world record holder. But Kaleva is also an amazing runner. Don't get me wrong. So any minor mistake that could happen potentially on either side could maybe be a race defining issue. Still, all the third island to go, and there's many things that can happen over there. Not much going on for the dragon. There's a glitch that you can get. We'll see. Wolf didn't get it. Oh, he actually got it. He
Yeah, he
actually
does
got
get
a
it just
version of it.
barely.
Yeah. And depending on the moment that you get the glitch is kind of the way that the dragon is going to look like for the second phase. It doesn't really save the time, but it just looks cool. It's probably like one of those swag tricks that you can learn to show your friends and impress them. It's also not that hard. We can see actually Kaleva also. Oh, he didn't get it. So yeah, he's got the 3-headed dragon right here. He can just stay on the very left side of the screen. And again, it's not a time saver if you get it or not. It's just you gotta adapt your strat in case you get the 3-headed dragon right there at the end.
And Wolf is going to be entering aisle 3 at 12:54 or 12:55. Kaleva will be entering probably, I want to say 12 to 13 seconds after. We'll see here as Wolf does start Rumor Honeybottoms. Now, Rumor Honeybottoms is basically has one of the worst RNG, basically because it can save you the most time just based on which pattern you get. We'll see what Wolf gets here. Unfortunately, he's not going to get the good pattern. and he will get one of the side patterns. And Kaleva is now going to be entering the same fight, and hopefully he'll have a little bit of better luck. With getting the middle pattern, you are able to kill the bee even before she comes down with her spellbook here to turn into a plane at all. But Wolf does get the second version of the quick kill, and killing her before she even has time to go to the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, and none of the runners taking good RNG right here for the first race. One of them got it to the right, the other one to the left. And we'll see. I think also the platforms were not that helpful for Kaleva. But still a pretty good kill.
Yeah, very nice kill still. Both runners should have roughly the same time there. The bee took a long time to come down for Wolf there for some reason on the right side. As Wolf now goes into the robot, this is a really, really tricky skip, especially in the midst of a tournament. This can be extremely nerve-wracking, so Wolf is able to get it there. Very nicely done from him. That is the fastest fight in the entire run, and we'll see if Kaleva is able to get it as well. The 14 from Wolf, that is extremely fast, too.
Yeah, we can see that a lot of runners actually take their time a little bit to properly set up this glitch because you don't want to miss it. And taking times like 17, 18, but like you said, a 14 is also super, super good for this fight. And oh man, for Kaleva.
Kaleva unfortunately missing the glitch there. So luckily this is a quick retry, but he is now losing even more time over Wolf. This will be a little bit, missing it again.
Oh man, and this is one of those tricks that you can probably just pull out like 10 out of 10 times, but when you fail it once, especially on a tournament environment, it can get to your head, so you gotta shake that off like really quick and try to just go for the next attempt, because you can just stay in this situation like Kaleva is going on right now, where you kind of loop in this fight, and again, even if you get it 10 out of 10 times normally, in a tournament environment, this can probably get you, so hopefully Kaleva gets it this time, so he doesn't get any more far behind right now. And there you go. GG's for Kaleva right there. He's getting through the Doctor Call. But Wolf right now, he's like kind of like a boss ahead so far.
Yeah, it's about a 60-second lead now, I believe, on Wolf's end. That was like 4 or 5 retries there from Kaleva, unfortunately. And a minute lead at this point. We're coming up to the final, really the final lap of bosses here. Hopefully, Kaleva's able to keep his cool and able to just have a clean rest of the run. As Wolf is now moving on to Mermen, who's extremely easy boss. It's basically just don't want to turn around here and just deal as much damage as possible. And he's not going to give Wolf any trouble. Already moving on to his second phase. As Wolf is going to take a damage boost to get behind him there. And go for a bunch of lobbers. Getting a lot of double damage there. This is going to be a really quick fight, I think, from Wolf. As Kaleva is also finishing up Sally now as well. Moving on to her final phase.
And Wolf is gonna be moving out now to Captain Briny Bird. It's a boss that can be tricky because of the different RNGs that it can give you. I think some people call him like Captain RNG, but I think Wolf is like one of the best ones on Briny Bird. Like he is just so used to like pretty much all the patterns. He knows how to take the best of every individual pattern, and some patterns that a lot of people could take like the worst patterns. Like I think those are the ones that Wolf actually prefers. Like we can see him juggling right there the pink parries right now, and just taking that into his advantage to keep doing a lot of damage and using those EX that he got from it. Ideally, you want to get just 2 attacks before you get into the last section, and he does it beautifully right there.
Yeah, Wolf with a 3-gun there, too. So that should be a 31, I believe. That was not the fastest version you can get, but it was that was a pretty quick second gun there, 30. Really, really nice time. And now
Alright.
Kaleva will be moving on to Briny as well with a 32 on Orner. That is a really nice time with a star skip as well.
So 1 extra second, and Kaleva definitely needs those right now.
Now, Calamaria is a pretty difficult boss for the speedrun. There are a few patterns that you can soft block with this boss, and you'll have to hold damage to avoid doing that. So hopefully neither of the runners will get that. As you'll see, Wolf here is doing Luigi swaps, which basically it allows him to shoot his EX while continue to shoot his P shooter bullets. It's a pretty difficult trick to pull off consistently. But Wolf is Wolf and is able to do it basically every single time there.
Yeah, pretty nice first phase for Calamaria right there. Also got, I guess, pretty decent patterns to fight her. Not a lot of damage boosts were needed. And you didn't need to worry about just out-damaging the first phase right there for Calamaria, because there are some patterns where you could do like just way too much damage because of the time that it takes for them to go away. And if you out-damage Calamaria and kill the first and second phase before she transforms, it can soft lock Calamaria and you have to retry. I don't expect any of these runners getting something like that because they're too experienced and they know that that can happen. But I mean, it can still happen if you just outlook your damage for a tiny fraction of a second.
Yeah, I do want to note there on Kaleva's fight, he did actually get the second 2-gun from Briny Beard and was unfortunately not able to get it in time, but he did get the squid third and was just instantly able to kill the squid and get him into his final phase, so he still actually got a really good time. And yeah, Wolf still does remain an entire boss ahead, it looks like, as he moves on to the Phantom Express.
And so far, very good fight right there for the Phantom Express. Let's see, the twin section is usually the trickiest part. So what I would expect maybe to... Yeah, so far so good. This was an amazing twin section right there. Oops, feeling a little bit of shots right there at the end, but still pretty good twin section.
Yeah, as long as he's going into this final phase with 2 HP, he's extremely safe.
Well, Kaleva took a little bit of damage right there on the end section for Calamaria, but nothing bad. With the nuke, you can just take the damage boost and done with Calamaria, and Wolf done with the Phantom Express right now. And
Yeah,
Wolf is
all
going
of
to be
Kaleva's
moving.
fights are extremely close in time to Wolf's as well, so outside of his robot mistakes, we would have an extremely close race right now. Probably within 10 or 5 seconds.
Yep. Okay, yeah, Kaleva is just also an amazing runner. Like, don't let that Dr. Call fight fool you guys. Kaleva is extremely good. That's why he's in the grand finals as well. Like Daka saying, just minor seconds that they have been having differences in between fights. Otherwise, we would be probably like in a 10-second match difference right now. And well, we're gonna be having more matches, so this is not over yet. Even though if Wolf wins the first one, we still have at least one more race to go, and potentially 2 more races for this grand final section here. And I didn't look at the hard RNG here.
Wolf got 1 heart on board.
Oh, nice. He's probably gonna go for damage boost here, maybe.
Yeah, Wolf. Ooh. Probably didn't want to take the damage there, unfortunately, but no harm done, really. So unfortunately, a pretty slow poker chip from Wolf, but still a good fight. Because he does have that extra heart to take, so taking that damage there isn't that big of a deal. As Kaleva finishes up the Phantom Express, and he will be moving on to Inkwell Hell as well. A little bit over a minute behind, I believe. Probably about a minute 15 seconds.
I guess Domino is kind of the easiest mini bosses that you normally fight in Legacy for the King Dice. It's just a matter of maybe paying attention to the bottom traps with the moving conveyor. But other than that, not much going on in the Domino, I think. But moving on now, it's a monkey skip. Just kind of like with Dr. Call, this is something that can get a little bit nerve-wracking if you failed it the first time. because the monkey just keeps going faster, and it might be trickier to get it off the screen. And I don't know if that was no, that was not good. So let's see. Oh, second attempt. That's pretty good.
Yeah, nice second skip there from Wolf. Unfortunately, I think the first one might have been a little late.
And I didn't look at the hard patterns for Kaleva, but he at least got one because he already got 4 HP. I don't know if he got any more hearts in his way. Probably not, because maybe he would have opted to go for the damage boost on the ships. And yeah, indeed, he doesn't have any more hearts. So he's trying to play it a little bit safer. I mean, not saving like a couple seconds for the damage boost, but playing it a little bit safer right now for the King Dice, and very, very well made right there by Wolf in the last section, just fighting the King Dice and taking those damage boosts with the cards, and again a little bit more time in the air with your EX attacks. He's gonna be moving on with the Devil right now. Last fight of the Legacy run on this first race of the day.
So yeah, if no major mistakes here from Wolf, looks like he will be taking race number 1 here, as Kaleva will be giving his hand at the monkey skip as well. And now Wolf here getting a pretty decent Devil phase. He should be able to, yeah, very nice. Alrighty, moving on to the second phase, and Kaleva getting a really nice skip there too. It was the slower pattern, but as long as you get the skip, I think all is well there. Yeah, Wolf now should make quick work of the Devil here with the weapon swap glitch using his Lobber and Roundabout EXs.
And the Devil should be knockout in just a second right now. And there it is.
24:04.
Wow, man. 5 seconds off from a sub 24. That was an insane run. And I mean, Kaleva is still on a really, really solid pace right now. Like Daka was saying, other than the Dr. Call fight, it's honestly a very, very good time that Kaleva potentially can get right now. Only heading into the Devil right now, before we actually head up to the second race of the day between these two.
Yeah, really, really impressive run there from Wolf. 24:04 is extremely good. Extremely close to a sub 23, and honestly, just a few months ago, we thought we wouldn't even be able to see a sub 24.
Here's a real high-class bout. Here goes.
As Kaleva now is going to be finishing up the Devil, getting a very similar pattern to Wolf, so we should be moving on to the second phase here.
Okay, he's gonna do the pause trick as well, just to keep moving. For those of you that don't know, that pause is to kind of skip a little bit of a short animation that Cuphead does. He gets kind of frightened when he sees the big Devil. So with that, you can kind of skip that and just keep damaging the Devil before you can even see Cuphead. A very good fight right there for Kaleva. GG's as well. I mean, 25-14 is actually a pretty good time considering what happened in Dr. Cone. So it was a very good round for both runners right now. GG's to bot indeed. We're gonna be moving on forward to race number 2 in a second, guys, so stay tuned and don't go anywhere.
Yeah, so GG's to Wolf for taking that first race. We're going to set up the second race room here and get this second race underway.
So I'm actually gonna be a little bit biased here, and I'm gonna be cheering for Kaleva on this second race, just because I want to see a third race between these two right now. I don't want this tournament to be over. It was a pretty amazing tournament, a lot of skill involved, really nice organization with the groups, and then the the single elimination bracket stage, and a lot of people got PB's training for this tournament. So Yeah, even Wolf just pushed the world record lower to below 23:30. Like Daka was saying a few months ago, it was almost impossible to think that somebody would get a sub 24. And the world record right now it's already in the lower 23s section, which is just insane. A lot of execution needs to happen for that, as well as good luck with the RNG in some fights. I'm not sure if the runners are going to be taking a little bit of a break right now. Maybe they want to take a little bit break, or
Yeah, the
maybe they're
runners are
going
gonna
to.
take a quick minute or two here.
Oh, got it. And you can blame them. I mean, a Cuphead run can be very, very intense. While bosses can see a little bit easy, quote unquote, because of how fast they die, a lot of stuff is going on behind the scenes, and a lot of those fights you have to just take risks in order to make them as fast. And the tiny little mistake can cost you a death, and deaths in Cuphead, they're devastating because they can cost you all from 20 to 30 seconds to even a minute, depending on where in the fight you got to death.
And hopefully we see no mistakes this time out of either of the runners, and we get an extremely close race. Because, like I said last time, without those robot mistakes, I think we would have had. It probably would have just been down to the final seconds there. It's like Wolf's gonna crack Dragon a little bit for us.
Gotta keep the fingers warm for the next race.
Exactly. Yeah, I kind of do want to see a sub 24 out of Wolf here. And this next race. I know we have seen, I think we've seen one or two in the tournament already. Alright, and the race should be underway in about 30 seconds here.
Alright, and get your popcorn ready, guys, and your soda or anything that you're drinking, because we're gonna be heading off to the second race between Kaleva SBDWolf. Again, grand finals. It's do or die for both runners, especially right now for Kaleva, who is down 0-1 against SBDWolf. So, what are your predictions in the chat, guys? Are we gonna have a third race today, or are we not gonna have a third race? And actually, I don't know if any of the people in the SRL chat can tell them. We saw Kaleva didn't reset the timer, so this might need to be restarted.
Hang on. Yeah.
So I hope Wolf is actually looking at SRL chat. Sometimes when you focus a lot, you minimize it.
Okay, we're gonna get him to restart here. Unfortunately, Kaleva forgot to start his timer. So again, for a quick recap here, SBDWolf has won the first race here in the grand finals of this Cuphead All Bosses Legacy Tournament. And we are about to be entering the second race here in just a second. And basically the runners are going to be getting the coins to buy the lobber in the roundabout to perform the weapon swap glitch to make this game a lot easier for themselves. So we should be starting over again in just a second here.
Alright, guys, so you got a little bit of extra time to get your popcorn, but if you didn't get it, there's no more time to get it because we're gonna be heading on to race number 2 this time again. And I expect it to be a good race. We saw Wolf in that tiny fraction of the second race that he was on fire getting through that forest foliage. So he's showing he's ready. He wants to take it. He wants to take this tournament. So is Kaleva gonna say something about it? Let's see.
Alright, just a second. I wasn't able to create a second room there, so we have...
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna get the runners all set in SRL to get the countdown. We can see also, for those of you not too familiar with the game, the runners usually check the options right before the race starts for different reasons, mostly for the V-Sync to make sure it's off. It doesn't affect that much in the legacy speedrun because it kind of just affects like auto scrollers depending on the refresh rate of your screen and stuff like that. But also, I think most of the runners are very used to playing with V-Sync off. In my own personal opinion, when I have it on, I just feel like the game is super delayed to respond to my inputs. So it's good to check if your V-Sync is actually off because with Legacy, if you maybe close the game or something happens, sometimes the V-Sync just goes back to on. So yeah, that's just a little bit of information right there on why runners always go to options right before the race starts.
Alright, and we have everything set up now, so the runners will be starting in just a second.
All right. So just a little bit of suspense right now before the race starts. And there we go. Race number 2, it's officially on its way. Faster mashing right there by Wolf at the beginning. So the early lead by 0.10 seconds. And they're going to be heading to Forest Follies again, just taking these 3 coins from the Apple dude before. Oh, and Kaleva. Oh man, that's very unfortunate right there. There you go. Okay, he finally spoke to him. So NPCs can be a little bit weird sometimes, and he actually got it soft lock. Oh man, that's a very situation to happen, and I think the race should keep going, but I'm not 100% sure if that's the case. If race will keep going or not, but that's very unfortunate to happen. It's something that can happen sometimes, um, especially with that Apple Boy, which is the NPC that you have to talk yes or yes. It has to do with how fast you can match the buttons for the dialogue text. And we'll see that that's a very unfortunate situation to happen right there to Kaleva here. Wolf getting a 39 at Forest Fold is very well done. And I think he got it again. I think Kaleva got stuck again right now with the Apple guy in the NPC at the very beginning. Oh man.
Oh, well, an unfortunate thing. The reason this happens is because he actually talked to the Elder Kettle at the start of the game. So he's actually stuck in a text box. If Kaleva was actually able to walk south, you could see that text box.
Oh man, and I don't know. Kaleva doesn't seem to be doing any movement right now, so I'm not sure. We're gonna be seeing. Meanwhile, Wolf taking the vegetable fight right now. But this is a major disadvantage right now to start a race. And actually, we saw the timer reset, so we're gonna get official word here in a moment. Then I guess so. What's gonna happen here? All right, so we had official word from one of the organizers now that they agreed to restart. In my opinion, I think that's awesome sportsmanship from Wolf's side. That's something very weird to happen. It can happen. It depends on different factors, like that I was explaining a moment ago. But I think it's very unfortunate for it to happen on the grand finals of the tournament. So actually, props to Wolf over there. I think that's amazing sportsmanship right now, and it's gonna be set for an awesome second race. I am feeling this. All the suspense right now before the second race. I think it's gonna build up to have an amazing second race right now. And for Kaleva, he's just gotta shake it off his head. He's got Dr. Cal. He's got these issues right now with the NPC. He's gotta let all that go away and just focus on this race. I think he's got the skill to just perform amazingly good. And I just hope that this second race that we're gonna see in a moment, it's just mind blowing right now.
Hopefully, Kaleva closes his game here before start here, so he's not gonna have that issue with the text box.
Yeah, I think he actually reset the game before, while Wolf was still fighting the vegetables. I think I saw Calaba's screen go off for a moment, so I'm almost sure that he restarted during that time. So it seems that we're off to a good start again. And let's go. Let's get some blessed RNG so that we don't have any issues with the NPCs anymore, and we have this race going. So please, Apple Guy, just give the 3 coins
Yeah, I
and
think
let
we'll be
Cuphead
good
keep moving.
here. As long as you don't start the dialogue with Elder Kettle, you cannot get stuck on the Apple Kid. So we
Okay.
should be good now, as both runners are moving on to Forest Follies.
And there you go. So the only run and gun we see on this category, unfortunately, I think run and guns are very fun to watch because I mean, for people that have played the game, they know that run and guns can be pretty difficult as well. And seeing just runners surfing through these levels, it's always pretty fun to watch. And very nice clip right there by Wolf, getting a little bit of a delay to get the coin at the end, but nonetheless, it was an amazing Forest Follies. Kaleva didn't got the clip on like 2 attempts, so it's usually smarter to just go for the accurate skip like he did. If you don't get it in like 2 tries. Oh man, I'm very unfortunate that with the very last mushroom right there on Forest Follies. So it's gonna be a little bit of a setback right now, starting the race. So we'll see what happens next during the whole run right now.
And Wolf there getting the shop glitch, which you're able to buy 2 items while leaving the shop at the same time, saving you a few seconds. As he equips his lobber and roundabout, heading into the first boss now again. And yeah, that unfortunate death there from Kaleva at the final jump of Forest Follies will cost him about 35 to 40 seconds. But he's able to get a really nice clip on his second run through, so hopefully he's able to claw his way back slowly but surely. He's definitely not out yet, since that is in the beginning of the run. He can definitely make up that time.
Yeah, it's just he's gotta swim against the current right now and try to catch up with Wolf. Usually, one of the best ways to do that is just little by little, taking better execution in each individual boss fight and start catching up like 2 or 3 seconds per kill is maybe what you have to aim. So I expect for Kaleva to probably go for the most risky strats right now. I don't know if he's watching the restream or not, but I think knowing that he got that unfortunate death on Forest Follies, he might start going for riskier strats in like every single fight to try to get that 1 or 2 seconds per boss fight.
And
also,
hopefully we see him go for the double. Yeah, he's gonna go for the double damage lobbers there. He is gonna get one of them. So overall, maybe not faster, but it's worth the risk, like you said.
yeah, you gotta pull your like S game right now to try to come back off this. And we saw Kaleva with a very nice skip right there, getting the flies against the frogs. And we'll see if he gets the buffalo to showcase the lobber here. Okay, he's got the frogs. That's still pretty good, and he gets one of those lobbers right there. But after that, unfortunately, he's just gotta keep jumping and just throw the EX, and he's got a good roundabout swing right there. Pretty nice fight right there by Wolf, and we'll see what Kaleva RNG gets here. Hopefully he gets a fly super skip.
This match will get red hot.
Oh yeah, I don't know if Kaleva is opt to go for that strategy, as he does get a little bit of a faster pattern compared to the punches. I believe Wolf got flies as well, though. So
Yeah, they
unfortunately,
both
he
get
won't be
flies.
able to save too much time here, but he will get. Oof.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, does not damage the boss enough to skip the second phase, so Kaleva will now lose about 8 seconds on this fight. As you can see, him just shooting a few roundabouts. As you know, he was only 1 or 2 shots away from getting the skip there.
Yeah, he actually just started shooting regular roundabouts because there was no reason on just keep going doing the weapon swap glitch right there. Because you are actually not damaging the boss anymore. Once you kill the second phase, all the damage right there is pretty much like pointless, I want to say. You can get the EX loaded up, but you're not really doing damage anymore until the boss transforms into the slot machine. So very unfortunate right there, and we can see Wolf already heading into getting the plane, and Hilda, while Kaleva is going to be moving on to Beppy right now. I mean Beppy.
Hilda.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kaleva really needs to just keep his cool now and just continue a run and try to pull it all together and just really get these risky strats down. Hopefully get Hilda Glitch if Wolf is not able to get it here, but we will see Wolf probably attempting Hilda Glitch again, which can be extremely risky as we have previously mentioned, so...
Oh, nice lobbers right there. Look at that.
Yeah, and
Oh,
Kaleva able
that
to
was an
knock
amazing
out
play.
before the tombstone even falls down on the ground. So that's probably a really nice, 21, a really good time on Goofy for Kaleva.
And Wolf is attempting the glitch right now, and it
Oh,
says
and
he
Wolf
got
gets
it.
it. That's really, really unfortunate for Kaleva right now, honestly. He really needed Wolf not to get this, because this is going to save Wolf a lot of time on this island, just overall in general.
Yeah, actually, those are one of the points that you kind of want to take a little bit of advantage over your opponent if you get it. But right now,
And now that...
Kaleva can aim
Yeah.
just to tie that time in Hilda right now.
Yeah, now that one of the runners did get the Hilda glitch there, we can talk about it a little bit more. It actually freezes Hilda in one of her second phases, which is either the guys with the arrows or the stars. So, Sagittarius, or I forget what the other one's called, Gemini maybe?
Gemini? Yeah, Gemini.
Yeah, so you can trap it in either one of those phases, and it just allows you to get free parries and shoot EXs, and saves a lot of time in transitions, because right before Hilda transitions into her final phase, she's unable to take any damage for about 5 to 10 seconds. And Kaleva is still trying to set up for the glitch here. Really, really, yeah, it's really hard to get it when you get Tornado like he did, unfortunately.
Yeah, usually when you don't get Tornado, it's kind of autopilot. But yeah, when you get it, you have to adjust and stop doing damage at a certain point, and it just gets a little bit weird. It's kind of a coin flip at that point. And Wolf out racing again. Hackney right there to see who kills who first. And Calva's gotta be careful here with the UFOs. Shouldn't be a big of an issue, but still, that's the dangerous part of Hilda. You're gonna be left with 1 HP for attempting the damage glitch right there.
Yeah, little tip for the UFOs, the red ones shoot late and the tan ones shoot early, so luckily, after a lot of hours of experience, Kaleva pretty much knows when and how to avoid those UFOs. Basically, the stars, though, can be pretty dangerous if one of them just randomly flies at you. As Wolf is now moving on to aisle 2 at 7:05, his entrance was, so Kaleva is probably about a minute behind here, unfortunately.
Here's a real high-class bout.
Yeah,
And
I was
Wolf
gonna.
gets a really nice first boss and a good quick kill, so he should have a really, really fast Baroness here.
I was gonna mention that Wolf actually entered Island 2 in a sub 7 minute mark. It was like 6:57 when he was in Island 2, and that's an incredible pace.
Oh
That
yeah,
that
wow.
that means that the run is super good so far right now for Wolf. And
Yeah,
yeah,
that
like
was
you
an
say, it
insane
looks like
fight
Kaleva.
there.
Looks like Kaleva is like a minute behind, like you mentioned. We'll see in a moment, but it's about a minute or a minute fraction.
And Wolf with a really nice Baroness fight there again with a 32 as he is about to pick up
Big
the bombs to
warbles.
head over into Wally.
And I get the bumps in there.
Yeah, so as Wolf enter Wally, now this is one of the, I
15
mean,
seconds.
personally, I think one of the hardest fights in the run. Very execution heavy. And Wolf, let's see, not getting the best RNG, and will have to probably hold damage, yeah. You see Wolf holding his damage there not to kill Wally at the top of the screen, because you do not want Wally stuck up there during this phase, because you can't weapon swap glitch during it. So Wolf smartly holding his damage there. It will lose him a little bit of time, but it is faster than having Wally stuck up there.
Yeah, definitely. When he's up there, like you said, you cannot keep doing the weapon swap. You might try to go for it, and then you get hit because of trying to go for it. So yeah, very good decision right there by Wolf, and having a clean third and fourth phase right there with a sub 40. Every time that you get a sub 40, you have to be happy on Wally Warble.
And Kaleva with a 34 on Baroness von Bonbon. Unfortunately, 2 seconds slower than Wolf, though. Wolf is still gaining bits and bits of time throughout these fights.
And moving on to the Genie. So with the Genie, the first phase, you can get three different attacks. You can get like swords. You can get the cats that Wolf gets it right now, and you can get also a lot of, I don't know, jewels and stuff that comes out from the chest. I personally, that's the one that I like, but I'm not sure about you. Which one do you think is best, Taka?
I personally prefer the duels, but I've come to find just from watching the experienced runners that I don't think it personally matters which RNG you get, as long as your execution is good enough on the Jimmy. You can basically still get the same time no matter what you get in that first phase. Cats definitely being my least favorite though as well.
Yeah, I think I don't like the cats either. They're weird. So let's see if Kaleva gets a little bit of time here over Wolf. Wolf got a 38. I think Kaleva got probably like a 36. So maybe he takes like a couple seconds over Wolf right here. Let's see. Oh, 39. Never mind.
39, yeah. 38 is tough to beat. So a 39 for Kaleva is still a really nice time. But unfortunately, Wolf is just having an extremely good run.
Yeah,
as we see, he is lagging out of it in the pillars, so we're not sure where Wolf is or how his the Jimmy fight has went so far. But anyway, Kaleva is now giving the Jimmy a shot here, and you'll see Kaleva bombing this off-screen hitbox at the back here, as he does get the good pattern that me and Dino definitely think is the better one, the gems, which are pretty easy to avoid and allow you to abuse that off-screen hitbox consistently. As you'll see Kaleva now trying to use some P-Shooter EXs, hitting as many of these faces as possible. We've actually discovered that using those, you actually deal the most damage possible to those faces. It's actually more than just shooting them with your P-Shooter or mini bombs or whatever. It looks like in the meantime, though, Wolf did defeat Jimmy. We're not going to know what time he got, but he is on Beppy, and he did get the Beppy glitch. So things are still looking good on Wolf's end, other than the lag on his stream. Ooh, Kaleva really in a dangerous spot here, finishing up the Jimmy with 1 HP very nicely.
Yeah, I got a little scared at the moment right there because it looked like he waited until the very last second of the invincibility before activating the 5 EX attack, the nuke bomb. It was a little bit scary right there for a moment, but yeah, Kaleva pulled it out pretty good right there. It was a pretty good Jimmy fight, and we'll see now moving on to Beppy. What pattern he gets, and to see if he gets a glitch fast way or slow way, or maybe need to retry to get it, because I think it really depends a lot on the first pattern here. If it's a slow one like this one, you have to stop, and probably you don't want to stop. You just want to keep doing damage. Okay,
Yeah,
he got it.
unfortunately, stopping is a little bit slower, obviously, but getting the glitch is the most important thing.
Yeah.
And Kaleva is able to get it. Very nicely done.
So fireworks
And
here on Kaleva's screen right now.
yeah, by the looks of it, though, Wolf probably would have been finishing this fight up around 11:22. So about a minute and ahead for Wolf if all is still well for him. As Kaleva will now be moving on to the final fight of Aisle 2 here. It does have a similar freeze to Beppy and Jimmy, but it's really not that important to get. So we'll see if Kaleva gets it or not. Definitely something you would prefer getting, but if the pattern doesn't allow it, you generally don't want to stop damage to make sure you get it.
Yeah, usually you just keep doing damage, and if it was a good pattern, you're gonna get it. If it was not a
He
good
gets
pattern,
a good one, yeah.
yeah.
So we'll definitely see Kaleva get it here, I believe. Don't want to jinx myself.
Okay, let's see. I think he got it. Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He does.
So it's a little bit confusing when you get it when the tongue is already out. I'm not 100% sure all the times if you got it or not. Or sometimes the little flames actually come out and they just keep rolling at you. I mean, you get it, but you are still getting attacked by the flames. It's different ways just to get it. And there's also a way if you get it that the dragon is just gonna stay off the screen. It's gonna be very, very complicated. That one actually slows you down because the hitbox is so far away that you don't do as much damage as you would like to do.
Yeah, now Kaleva is moving on to aisle 3 at 14 minutes, entering the die house, exiting at 14:07. So hopefully he will get some good BRNG here. As far as we know, Wolf probably is not making any mistakes on his end. So Kaleva is going to need to perform his best and get a little help from the game to catch up.
Definitely. So maybe we're gonna be seeing a middle screen Quinn right now. Let's see. Middle, please. Oh. Queen never helping as always.
Oh, and Wolf is back, and he is onto the robot, so he is definitely a bit ahead still. But I don't think as much.
Yeah, I'm not sure if maybe something happened in between right now. But I have the feeling it's also not that ahead right now.
Yeah, it looks like some people are saying Wolf probably had a death at Grim Matchstick. So, fortunately for Kaleva, that definitely brings him way closer than originally expected. So, he's able to get a really nice robot glitch here in the solid aisle 3. We might have a race 3 on our hands.
Yeah, so let's see. This robot cost him a little bit of an issue in last race, so hopefully Kaleva already shake that off his head and he can get a clean fight right now and get a good dead here. So let's see. 1, 2, let's go. Let's go. And I actually saw, I think Wolf entered at 15:20 to Sally stage play, so we can do a little bit of a cut right there, see what's the difference right now.
Yeah, it's probably going to be about 40 seconds, so he saved probably 30 in that time that Wolf's screen was frozen since the death on Grim.
Yeah. It's actually, yeah, 41, so yeah. Definitely a nice catch-up right there, so still a little bit of more factors have to happen, but I mean, like that did happen, more stuff can happen in the very last fights here. But man, that's like way too early to get damage against Sally. Usually it shouldn't be that problematic, but being with 1 HP against any type of boss, it's always a little bit scary. So Let's see here. Oh, very nice lobbers. Look at that. That was a really, really good
Ooh,
kill right there.
unfortunately, getting some mice, so he might actually. Oh, I hope he doesn't get the wave here. Good.
Okay.
Really nice there. And the timer stopped randomly because we are using loadless times. So it removes the load times and makes the timing even across the boards for all types of computers.
Yeah, so it's actually just stopping in between loading screens.
Yeah, Kaleva actually got a 40 Sally there, which is a pretty nice time. So there are still a lot of really tough bosses left, so there's definitely still plenty of room for error from Wolf here coming up in these next few fights.
Yeah, so let's see what's the RNG he gets this time on Briny Bird.
This match will get
If
red
you want to
hot.
learn different strats for different RNG, again, Wolf is your guy for that. For Briny Bird. So he got the octopus shotgun again at the beginning.
Pretty sure it's
Doing.
always that first, isn't it? It's terrible. It's
Oh
not.
yeah. It's just different pattern of where you get the
Yeah,
yellow and the
yeah.
pink.
Oh, and he gets the 3 bullets, so again, he should be getting, yeah, he does get the 2 cycle. Very nicely done from Wolf. As Kaleva is making very quick work of Werner. Nice fights from both runners there. For the 29 Briny, an amazing time from Wolf with the 3-gun pattern. As Kaleva gets a 33, a really, really good time as well on Werner. I believe Wolf got a 31 though, so Wolf is still extending his lead ever so slightly with each of these bosses. As Wolf is now moving on to Calamaria, let's see what type of patterns he gets here. Hopefully it won't be one where he has to hold his damage. So far, so good. Unfortunately, he will have to tank some hits here, but he should be looking good. With really, really nice Luigi swaps, allowing him to continue shooting his pea shooter while EXing to get in a ton of extra damage over using a nuke and having to actually freeze the screen and lose some time technically over Luigi swapping.
Yeah, actually, that Calamaria fight right there for Wolf was really, really impressive. Doing pretty much everything just by the textbook right there, taking the proper damage boost, doing the Luigi stuff like Daka was saying, and 39 is a really, really good Calamaria time right there. So, Wolf not giving any room to breathe right now for Kaleva. And just the amount of bosses that we have left is just shorter and shorter right now. We have just one of the regular bosses still left, which is the Phantom Express going on right now. And after that, it's just Inkwell. Hell, right there. It's just the King Dice and the Devil himself, which is separating right now Wolf from the Glory or Kaleva to maybe get a comeback right here on the very last section of the run.
Ooh. And we see
Yeah.
Wolf on the first phase of the Phantom Express taking a hit there. He was counting his swaps to hopefully get a double damage lobber there on that first phase, but unfortunately getting a roundabout. So hopefully he's able to have a really clean lollipop phase coming up here to make sure he can finish this fight off safely.
Oh, he's got good RNG for the phase that he shows first. So he should be good right now with 2 HP, like Daka was saying on the previous race. 2 HP in the engine section, it's usually what you want to see because there's always a random fire that can get you, or that I don't know what that's called, the white thingy. They can always get you, like we saw 1 damage right there for Wolf. But if you have 2 HP, you can just damage boost your way out of Phantom Express without an issue. And moving on right now to King
We're going to
Dice.
be moving on to Inkwell Hell now for Wolf and to the Phantom Express for Kaleva. And let's see what time here Wolf's going to be entering. And if he gets any decent hard RNG or not. Oh, unfortunate roundabout there from Kaleva as well. Both runners really looking for all the double damage lobbers they can get.
So it seems like 2 hearts right there for Wolf. So that's an amazing RNG right there. I really expect him to go for the damage boost no matter what in the poker chips now.
Oh, certainly. With 2 hearts, I'll probably even damage boost the dominoes
The
as well.
domino. Yeah.
So we did see him mess up his damage boost last time. Yeah, really good one that time. Really nice.
That was a really good poker chip fight right there.
And now Wolf is going to be rolling another 3 here and going to 4 for the dominoes for his second heart.
A little bit of a trouble right there at the end for Kaleva with the engine, with the engine of the train. But still, 57 is pretty good time for Phantom Express. So maybe, I don't know, Monkey Skip is one of the very last things that could be, make it even for this last section of the race right now. But even a few fails for Monkey Skip won't make Wolf to go on to second place right now. So something else might need to happen in order for Kaleva to catch up right now. It doesn't 100 depends on him anymore. It depends on what the game's got for Wolf in store right now.
Yeah, but one thing's for sure is Wolf will definitely be going into King Dice himself with enough HP to just tank these cards and save himself some time on the score screen without having to parry. And a really nice skip there. Ooh. I think I keep trolling the runners. That monkey was off the screen and just decided to come back. Okay, there we go.
Monkey.
You beat the monkey by running out of cards. You're just able to damage him fully enough to kill him when you flip the last card, so you just have to consistently damage him after you run out of cards there. But fortunately for the Legacy version, we're able to just entirely skip him. And Kaleva making great work there, the dominoes. As we move on into the Devil now, Wolf is on to the final fight here of the run. So, barring any major mistakes, we will have our winner of the Grand Finals here.
Yep, and he actually did not accept the contract, so everything good for Wolf right now. And let's see, so far, okay, he shouldn't have any trouble on beating the Devil here in just 2 phases. There you go. A little bit of damage off screen right there. And yeah, with 3 HP, I really don't think anything's gonna happen here, so we might see our tournament winner in just a moment.
And Kaleva having a bit of trouble there with the monkey as well. It's really causing problems today with all the races, I think.
The monkey not behaving.
A 24-29 to Wolf. GG's to our winner there. An amazing showing from Wolf with 2 really good races. As Kaleva finishes up King Dice. And yeah, he's just about 50 seconds behind, unfortunately. That Death on Forest Follies was just a bit too much from him to claw back from.
Yeah, GG is right there, even with 1 death, getting again a 24 is just insane on how good of a time that is. And Kaleva moving on to the Devil now, he also got an amazing run. Unfortunately, it was not enough, but he's gonna have the second place for this tournament, which, considering all the talented runners that joined, getting second place here is not an easy task. So definitely big GGs to both runners here.
But yeah, we do have a big champion though with SBDWolf, so a really big congratulations to him. Definitely from me and I'm sure everyone in the Cuphead community. It's been amazing to watch all of these races, and it's been great to actually see Wolf, Kaleva, and everybody here in the finals. I believe we actually have Wolf here joining us now. Congratulations on your victory, man. GG's for the tournament. It was incredible to watch.
Thanks.
Oh, and yeah, Kaleva just finishing up as well. Roughly a minute and 6 seconds behind you. He unfortunately had a death in Forest Follies that he could just not catch back up from. But yeah, I want to say a big congratulations to you, Wolf, for winning this tournament.
Yeah, thanks. I had some stiff competition, I have to say. Especially, I think the highlight of this tournament was the race against Jason 2890. It was probably one of the closest set of the entire tournament. And I recommend everyone who's interested in Cuphead to give it a watch, because it was truly an incredible set.
Hello.
Hey, GG.
GG.
Hey, Kaleva, GG. Ah, man, very fortunate events happened right there for starting the second race. Do you think that maybe potentially affected you on the second race after that issues with the timer and then with the Apple NPC?
I mean, those soft locks and timer issues, they didn't really, but I got so frustrated after that Forest Foliage death. Like, and then I started getting jump blocks like in every fight, and it was just really frustrating to play.
Yeah, I saw you got like 3 or 4 jump blocks in a row, unfortunately, on the root pack.
Yeah, I don't know. You probably saw my frustration there.
Yeah, I could tell, definitely.
But yeah, these 2 races I did today, they weren't my best, and well, in the first race I can't really complain. Like, when your opponent beats your own PB in the category, that's a GG then. Like, you just really can't say anything about it. Just GG to Wolf. He played on his own level pretty much. I don't know how his second race was. I believe it was like 24 or 29.
Yeah, it was a 24 or 29. I don't know if it actually was shown on stream. I had a death in the meantime on Grim.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you were not live when that happened, fortunately for you.
Okay.
Yeah, I took a lot of damage early on, and then it got to the third phase, and I didn't get the clouds.
Yeah, it's unfortunate with Grim when the third phase happens. Luckily, you're able just to stand behind his head, but yeah, if you don't get the clouds, unfortunately, just, yeah, GG's there. But yeah, again, Kaleva did actually beat you, I believe, in group stages, so definitely anything could have happened here today.
Yeah, I guess.
That is correct. You can never sleep on any opponent, especially if they're top 10.
But yeah, again, I just want to say one more big GG's to you, Wolf, for you know, winning the whole thing. Kaleva, again, second place is extremely impressive as well. You beat a lot of amazing runners to get to where you are, so
Yeah, thank you.
and yeah, I believe Andrea is going to step in now and say a few words to you guys and to everyone.
Alright, sounds good.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hello, yeah.
Yeah,
We can hear you.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm talking as organizer of the tournament, or at least at least I had the idea for planning the tournament, and I just contacted Speed Gaming and with Salmon, and we put everything together. And first of all, congrats to Wolf for the win. You are the champion of this tournament. I believe more than 70 races. Started 3 months ago, 3 months and a half. September when the tournament kicked in, and we had such a great tournament, such a great time, and you beat basically the best players in the world. Some crazy races, so good job. You had a lot of crazy times, a lot of sub 24 times. Is amazing, absolutely amazing. And GG also to Kaleva, who It's a great second place after an incredible tournament, after beating Wolf in the group stages, by the way. After a couple of crazy matches, I remember the quarterfinal against Orange. That was pretty crazy at some point. With multiple deaths on Forest Wall. That was pretty funny to watch
Yeah.
and to commentate as well. It was one of the funniest moments of the tournament. And yeah, of course, shout out to QC Plus, who actually got third place in the bronze final we had at the beginning of the stream. Amazing tournament for him as well. After a rugby game, if you remember, he lost against Eduras, and then his place into the top 8 was seriously dubbed because of that loss, and then he managed to beat Kirta by 2 seconds and nailing the quarterfinals, and then getting PB in the quarterfinals against Justin. He actually got the PB, which is actually right now his current PB, so crazy stuff. SCC Plus, like Kaleva, like everyone else, had to surrender to SBDWolf, who in this moment is by far the best player in the world this game, in this category. There's nothing, at the moment there's a big gap between you and Jason is the one that's probably closest, but still a lot of gap between you and everyone else, so big war for you.
I
Great job,
appreciate the words and the congratulations. Definitely thanks.
and also shout out to Kirta, who got 4th place. Victor shout out for this tournament has been the winners against Luigi. That pretty sick win, 2 very strong times against him. And then he lost against Kaleva and TC Plus in the last 2 matches, but he's on fire, got a strong PB recently and definitely did a great job here in the tournament as well. And of course I wanna thank everyone else who joined the tournament. I should stay here for a very long time listing everyone to join the tournament, but we had a lot of runners of every skill level, from world champion, world orders to also people who approach the game for the first time and they join the tournament with a great spirit and with a lot of just for fun, just for having some great times, just having some good races, and that's amazing because we got a lot of people closer to the community, closer to the game, which is an amazing game. It's an amazing speedrunning game, and I hope that we showcase how amazing it is as a racing game. Of course, I want to thanks all the commentators. Primis, Mr. Taino, Daka, and by the way, I don't see him live anymore. And Justin for commentating these finals, but also thanks to everyone who commented at least once into this tournament. And the list here is super long, from TC Plus, Sublime, to one to that more commentaries, to Kaleva itself, Wolf, Orange, Luigi also did some commentaries, probably I'm forgetting someone. Epoch also did some commentaries, so what's the next tourney? I don't know, Kirtan. I don't really know. And of course, the big thanks to Speed Gaming, of course, because Speed Gaming made all of this possible. He accepted that a scrub like me organizes a tournament like this, which it has been a great success. Everyone had a lot of fun. We all had a great time, so I think that's a great success. I wanna thank JC for actually helping me out from the very beginning, setting up all the stuff needed, setting up all the modules for subscriptions and such, the Discord, the tournament Discord, and Speed Gaming in general for the amazing job and the amazing support they gave to all of us. And of course, I had to also a big thanks to the other organizer of this tournament, because I wasn't alone. But this tournament has been co-hosted by Simon Buffalo, which is actually the leader of the Cuphead community, and we actually organized this tournament together. All the decisions, all the plans, all the structure of the tournament has been decided, the 2 of us together. And also to this extent, unfortunately, Salmon cannot be here in this very moment, but left a message on his part to read for everyone else, and I want to actually read this very quickly. So this is Salmon what actually want to say to everyone, all of us. Hi everyone, sorry I couldn't be there, but I'm stuck at work. I just wanted to extend a congratulations to the finalists competing today. I'm sure all you put a great show and I can't wait to watch the vote later. I want to give a big thank to you, all the participants who made this tournament possible, all the commentators who donated their time to provide fun, insightful commentary, and the entire Cuphead community for being awesome and showing your support throughout the past couple months. Gaming for hosting us during this journey and all the viewers who tuned in along the way. Especially want to Kel the Call and JC87 for all the help behind the scenes to get things organized for the tournament and their stream. I also want to thank Mr. Dino for designing the beautiful layout. Oh, right, Mr. Dino. Salmon is right. Thanks, Dino, for the awesome layout. And we've been using for the races. Without everyone's hard work and support, none of this would be remotely possible. I'm very proud to be a member of such a welcoming, helpful community. You all have been another family to me and appreciate everything you do from the bottom of my heart. Happy holidays and maybe we will see again soon. And this is the message from Salmon, who I repeat, he organized the tournament with me. So big shout outs to him and a big thanks to him for making this possible as well. And I think that's really it. So SBDWolf wins the tournament with the 2018 All Bosses Regular Legacy Tournament. Kaleva is the runner-up of the tournament and TC Plus in 3rd place and 4th place Kirtar. Then the other top 8 qualified, Team Multi-Luigi, Orange Paddings, Jason and I don't remember what. And Justin, of course, Justin. And for everyone else who didn't make the top 8 but still fun and participating in all the races with the right spirit and such. So yeah, I think that's really it, guys. And it's over. After 3 months, this is really over. And I'm a bit sad because it's been a lot of fun since yesterday, ever since I did the Breaker reveal live. And yeah, I don't know. We wanna add something else? Kaleva, Dino, Wolf? I don't know. This is the time.
I want to add just a little bit of something. Of course, thank you to you and Salmo for organizing this amazing tournament. And I want to invite everybody watching right now, if you like Cuphead or if you're maybe planning on starting a speedrun game, I think speedrunning Cuphead is crazy fun. It's challenging, but you feel a lot of progress in if you put a proper amount of effort, and it's super fun. The community is amazing, like Andrea was saying. And I 100% recommend you guys, if you like Cuphead, if you're interested in starting speedrunning, you should probably give this game a chance. It's really, really good. There's a lot of resources, and the community is just crazy helpful. So, yep, just wanted to say that.
Also, of course, thanks to you, Mr. Dino, for the layout of the tournament, for the mini goopies as
No problem.
And yeah, I think this is really it. So I wanna thank again all of you guys, all the viewers who actually joined these crazy finals. Yes, this is it. So I don't know when the next Cuphead tournament will be. I have no idea. I cannot tell you anything. When, which category, in which format, I don't know. Who knows? I expect probably this spring. Maybe there may be something. I don't know. But until that, I think that you can close the series. So thanks again to everyone, and see you next time. Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. That was fun. See ya.
All right, well, thank you everybody, the viewers, the runners, GG's once again to Wolf, 1st place, Kaleva, 2nd place. And well, that's gonna be it for Cuphead for tonight, for the day, for this year. But remember, next year is also the DLC coming up, so it's definitely gonna be a good year for Cuphead. Expect to see more tournaments in the future for sure, and more Cuphead action. So once again, this is Mr. Dynam, and thank you everybody for tuning in. Thanks a lot to speedgaming.org for the host of the tournament, and well, I just hope everybody has a good one. Holidays, end of the year, and everything. See you next time.